Now, if you're wanting to lose weight, the keto diet is a good option. I've lost 15 kilograms in just 9 months. I went from a staggering 95 to 80 kilograms. And here's a picture of me when I was 95 kilograms. Now, I could have lost more, but I've reached my goal weight. And I can safely say that I've never really been hungry on the keto diet, and that's what's helped me stay on track and reach my goal in only 9 months. But along the way, I've used some tips and tricks, and today I'm going to share with you my 5 top keto diet tips. And at the end of this video, I'm going to discuss the important subject of what you do when you reach that happy moment of attaining your goal. So let's get on with it. Here are my 5 keto diet top tips. Tip number 1, fasting. If you want to get into keto quickly, fasting is the way to go. And a good place to start is a 16-hour fast, which basically means you miss breakfast. So if you have your last meal at 8:30 in the evening, then you fast through breakfast to lunch the next day at about 12:30. You can have black sugarless coffee or tea, but don't be tempted to put in a sweetener, because that'll cause your body to produce insulin, and insulin is your number 1 enemy when you're on the keto diet, because amongst other things, insulin inhibits the breakdown of fat, which is the whole goal of trying to lose weight. And it also helps to do some physical work or exercise while you're fasting. That'll accelerate your entry into keto. And I know when I'm going into keto because I weigh a lot. And the reason for that is because when you start breaking down your glycogen stores, each gram of glycogen contains about 3 to 4 grams of water, and you have to get rid of that. So it's a good idea to drink a lot of water while you're on keto, and perhaps take an electrolyte supplement. Tip number 2, you have to stay below 20 grams of carbohydrates per day. And that's going to mean you're going to have to read labels and perhaps look up stuff like fruit and vegetables. And it's a good thing to keep your protein at a moderate level, because your body can convert protein into glucose, and that will stop you from going into ketosis. I would say your daily calories need to be divided 75% to healthy fat, 20% protein, and only 5% carbohydrate. Tip number 3, avoid hunger. This is important because as soon as you get hungry, that's when you start cheating. And that means choose foods that you like to eat, and at each meal, make sure the food that you're eating is going to keep you satisfied until the next meal. And that means a good helping of protein and a good helping of fat and minimal carbohydrate. I find that if I have too much carbohydrate at a meal, I'm ravenous by the next meal. And that's probably because my body produces insulin in response to the carbohydrate, and that causes my blood sugar to dip, and that's what causes the hunger. Now, if you want to know more about these subjects, if you watch the video at the top of the screen at the moment, there's a lot of good information there. And if you want more information or some good recipes, you can go onto our YouTube channel, and I'll leave a link in the description below, or you can click the link above the video in a moment. Tip number 4, join some of the keto diet focus groups that are around, like Diet Doctor, for instance. You can join them on Facebook or elsewhere, and I'll leave some links in the description below to some of these focus groups. They're very inspiring, and they help to keep you motivated and on track towards your goal. They're filled with anecdotes from people actually on keto and their trials and tribulations, and it's very inspiring. They also share a lot of recipes, and there's some great advice from medical experts as well. Tip number 5. This is very important, so listen carefully. Do not deprive yourself at social functions like birthdays or other festive occasions, or even if your partner takes you out for a meal. Indulge yourself. This is very important to keep you mentally on track. It's like a little holiday in the middle of a work month. And if you use the tips 1 to 4 that I've just discussed, you'll be back in keto in no time. So it's really nothing to worry about, and it does you a lot of good mentally. And finally, what to do when the happy occasion arrives that you've attained your goal. What I've done is I've just gone on to a low carb diet, which allows me about 50 grams of carbs a day, and I've also set myself a weight limit. I have a weight limit of 3 kilograms above my goal weight. If my weight rises above that level, then I go back onto keto for a few weeks until I get back to my goal weight, and then just repeating that cycle. And I've been doing that successfully for 6 months without any problems whatsoever. Now, word of caution, when your body goes out of ketosis, you will start building up your glycogen reserves. And as you build up your glycogen reserves, each gram of glycogen takes about 3 or 4 grams of water with it. So you'll be retaining water. So you could suddenly put on a half a kilogram or a kilogram. Don't worry about it. It's just water. It's the equivalent of when you go into keto, you suddenly lose a half a kilogram or a kilogram for exactly the same reason. Now, if you found this useful, please like and share this video and subscribe to this channel if you haven't already done so. And if you click on the bell next to the subscribe button, you'll also get notification when our next video comes out. And if you have any comments or questions, we'd love to hear from you. Just scroll right down to the bottom, you'll find the comment section there. Thank you very much for watching.